First brand to create a mass-produced automatic wristwatch? Fortis. The watch brand with the most hours spent in space. Fortis, my favourite watch brand on planet Earth. Fortis, let's talk about it. There's a lot of reasons that you can really appreciate a watch depending on your personal preferences, but what is perhaps less common is to have a deeper connection with a brand that runs beyond just a great product. Today, I want to talk you through my experience with Fortis, talk about the watch that's in my hand here today, and why this brand has captured my heart like no other. If you're new to the channel and you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking, subscribing, bell notificationing, and all of that good stuff. And if you have a personal connection with a watch brand, I'd love to hear about it. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment. So look, I'm going to show you lots of footage of this stunning modern interpretation of a flieger, but let's talk a little bit first about Fortis and what they stand for. The history and the importance of the brand is well documented, but as we see with other Swiss brands, just because you have a great past doesn't guarantee that in the future you're going to continue along the same path with the same attention to detail, engineering quality, or even the same customer demographic. From a technical standpoint, Fortis push their watches to the limit, both with in-house stress testing across all of the components and the bracelets, but also in the real world. You'll likely know all about their space exploration ties, the Mars program. I know TGV did an excellent video on that. I think it's also a great testament to Fortis that they have a Marine Master on pro golfer Frederick Rosar's wrist. And the idea is that this Marine Master is subject to constant daily impacts with golf balls, obviously via the club. Every year Fortis take the watch back and they give it a check over. They look for any signs of abnormal wear, loss of accuracy, anything that might happen as a result of the intense and constant impact shocks. The watch has been impeccable. Also, putting a capable dive watch on a golfer's wrist, that is very fitting, likely where most dive watches end up rather than on deep sea diving missions. The F39 Flieger in front of me today feels like an absolute tank in the hand. It's weighty, it's purposeful, and it's definitely engineered to last. Tolerances are superb. The end links do not move. Seiko, take note of that for your four-figure priced watches. The bezel clicks 24 times bidirectionally with zero play. The crown has a triple gasket, of course. Water resistance is 200 meters, but 200 meters you can shower with. Okay, let's be clear. When I say 200 meters you can shower with, not you should shower with. Specifically, the differing rates of thermal expansion between a gasket and a case in sudden change of temperature is not a problem because of these specially manufactured FKM gaskets that Fortis have perfected. I'm not encouraging showering with a watch still because obviously all rubber is susceptible to increased degradation when it comes into contact with shampoos and shower gels, that kind of thing. But yeah, in the ocean, 200 meters. And yes, I should point out, we're talking about diving and water resistance. It's a pilot's watch, so it's supremely legible. The crystal is Breitling quality AR. If you know, you know. Let's just say invisible in most lights, and a slice of blue AR in direct sunlight, just like a cockpit instrument. Brushed for the most part and flawless under macro, the finishing on the steel is very much what you would expect for the price range. Like all Fortis watches, it's engineered for its primary purpose, but has the capability for pretty much anything you're going to throw at it as a daily wear. This one is 39mm in diameter, by the way, which I love on my 17.5cm wrist. The design qualities of this watch I think are clear from the footage, but it's impressive to redesign the classic pilot's watch with that modern twist that maintains all of the legibility of the original Flieger watches. Obviously one of the best selling points of this style, but it feels distinctively fresh and definitely very Fortis. The splashes of orange really draw me in, and that 12-hour GMT bezel is surprisingly useful for me. Tracking the time back home, I just leave it 7 hours plus. Okay, so right here in my hands I have a beautifully engineered watch by a historic Swiss brand. But that's not the first time I've been in this situation, so what is it that makes me love Fortis so much? Well, Fortis is a small team of just 25 people in the company, and from spending time with them, it's very clear that they are very down-to-earth, genuine watch enthusiasts. They really hate watch snobbery, and they have an inherent dislike for industry practices that you see in other Swiss brands of looking down on certain customers, perhaps with certain bank balances, or making you jump through certain hoops to have an opportunity to buy a watch. It doesn't matter if you're a customer, it doesn't matter if you're a potential customer, or it doesn't matter if you've not really got any interest in buying a watch at all. Everyone is treated equally. When you meet the Fortis team in person, you'll find nothing but warmth, kindness, and genuine great conversation with fellow enthusiasts. I know it sounds a little bit cheesy, but it is true. I mean, when we were at the Vancouver Timepiece show, we were in a room packed full of watch brands and had so many conversations that day, and there was many great brands and many great conversations. But it was Fortis that really stood out. Fortis really caught me off guard because they were happy to spend just as much time getting to know people and conversing as they were talking about their watches. It wasn't just a sales pitch. There was something much more personal than that. It's the way they treated me and my fiance, and the way that they preached that customers should be treated, that means that every time I see the Fortis logo on my wrist, I feel genuinely proud to represent this brand. This kind of approach should be normal in watches in this price range from brands, but unfortunately it isn't in my experience, and even a lot of smaller brands tend to be a little bit of snobbery that kind of sneaks in, and that really detracts me. The brand history is incredible, the product is brilliant, but it is the people that really make Fortis what it is today. And that is why Fortis is my favourite watch brand. Now look, if you want the reviewer's hot take on this watch, whilst it's perfect for me, no watch truly is objectively perfect. I think this 39mm should have shorter lugs. When we look at the lug to lug, if it was a little bit more compact, it would enhance wearability, and it would make the watch appeal more to smaller wristed collectors, and I think it may even enhance the visual proportions. It's clearly quite a chunky watch, and it's not going to bond well with your tightest dress shirt. Maybe the knurling on the bezel could be a tiny bit deeper to make it a little bit more grippy. But that's really all I have for critiques. I know we didn't talk about lume, so let's cover it now. It's really long lasting. The initial glow is not going to burn your retinas, but after 8 to 10 hours it's still bright because of these chunky blocks of lume. So based on the longevity, I put it up there with the very best. As for what you think about the watch, of course, you know where the comments are. It's no secret that watch prices are constantly going up, and I see there is a load more increases coming, probably driven by the US tariffs. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of salaries. I think in a lot of places in the world, they're pretty stagnant. And all of this means that as a collector, when I buy watches, I need to be a lot more careful so that I'm not wasting money, and I am buying things that I truly love, and I'm not just going to flip straight away. Watches like this F39 Flieger certainly slow down my desire to keep buying more watches and exploring more brands, because I feel a level of contentment when I have a piece like this. It's certainly taken me quite a lot of years to really zone in on what kind of watches I like and what appeals to me, and this is probably the best example of my collecting tastes so far. I will keep exploring the hobby and I will try some new watches again, but I don't know if it's just me, but there's not a lot of release in 2025 that really feel exciting to me, or anything that's really captured my imagination. It feels like things are slowing down a little bit, and more often than not I'm seeing the same watches with a new dial or a new bezel insert, or a different material, but it feels like a lot more of the same thing this year than perhaps other years. Maybe that's just me. Maybe things will change. Maybe I don't need a constant supply of incoming micro brand watches to keep me entertained, or maybe I'm just talking absolute rubbish. Who knows? But anyway, congratulations for making it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and maybe I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.